I'm 2 minutes late, but I was jamming out. Me and Rihanna, we were shining bright like a diamond together. Me and my girl. How are we doing? Happy Sunday. It is the 19th. This is a collective coffee, all signs from September 19th to September 26th. However, my readings are timeless, so you may come across this live stream a year from now and it could still apply to you, right? Do your thing. Do your thing. I just wrapped up Sunday service. We had a good Sunday service this morning. It just went live. We covered Matthew 19:16. The advice they're not giving you in the spiritual blueprint in social media spirituality. It was really good. It ran a little bit longer than last week's. We didn't pull tarot cards this week. However, I'm really proud of it. I think we really covered some really good ground this Sunday. But how is everyone doing? We got Corey, Founders of Light, in the house. He was here bright and early. He got the ball rolling. He has donuts. He has seltzers. He's ready to go. I agree. The equinox squish and lots of collective uprising is happening. Yes, I absolutely agree. We are going to have the equinox. The full moon is tomorrow, in Pisces. Woo! Full moon in Pisces tomorrow, the 20th, and then 2 days after that, we have the autumn equinox. In the northern hemisphere, in the southern hemisphere, you're having your spring equinox. Let's not forget about those on the other side of the world. You guys are going to have your spring equinox. Very exciting. I'm probably going to combine my Libra season reading in with a little bit of like an equinox reading as well. So I'll combine those for you guys this week. That should be really fun. I'm very excited. Another week, another collective coffee. I told you I was going to keep my schedule, and here I am, keeping my schedule. I'm going to shuffle up for a little bit, see who else rolls in, and then we'll get started. I'm going to do, I should probably, if I was intelligent, I would get a little pad and try and keep a timestamp, because last week I did not keep timestamps. But thank you guys who watched the whole stream and helped timestamp for the rest of the bees. Hold on. I need a pad and some paper. There we go. I have a pad. I just need a pen. Ooh, I'm gonna turn my fan up. I am hot and I am also kind of cold, so it's a weird kind of feeling in my body. Just woo! Right back in my chair. Who else we got in here today? Takra Memoirs, hello. Amy's here, good morning. Use this purple pen, that's fun and feisty. Tiana, I was just about to have my first cup of coffee in a while, feeling guilty for cheating on my coffee detox, but I think I just let myself go. You're welcome. We did superlatives in my dorm my freshman year of college, and I won most caffeinated, 2010. So 1, tells you how old I am. 2, tells you how caffeinated I am. I'm actually on my second cup of coffee, which is unusual. I used to be like a 5 cup a dayer, but now I'm only 1 cup a day. But I decided to have a second cup today so I could have the energy and the vitality to do this live stream. And then I have a few little other bits and bobbles that I want to get done and film today for you guys for this week. Hey, Heather. Heather in the house. We'll try and incorporate a little bit of water. A little bit of water, too. You food cheated today, too. Sunday treats. You gotta have a little treat. You gotta treat yourself a little bit. Otherwise, you will begrudge the process. You know what I'm saying? 1, 2. See if I can try and create some kind of semblance of a timestamp for you guys today. That would be very helpful. What order should we go in this week? Last week we started with Capricorn and we worked our way backwards. That's interesting. I'm feeling as though we're about to move into Libra season, the day of the autumn equinox. I'm wondering if we should start with Libra and then work our way forward, and then we'll end at Virgo, which is the season we're still currently in. I think that's what we'll do. That feels proper in my spirit. We'll go Libra, Scorpio, some semblance of having my crap together, Sagittarius, Capricorn. What do you guys got going on today? Anything good? You have any fun Sunday plans? You hanging out? Pisces. Leo is extremely dissatisfied, but totally honors this. You must. You must. Same reputation. Sassy. I'm sassy. Leo's always a little bit sassy, but it just, you know, sometimes it just be like that. Sometimes you gotta let a kitty roar. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Ooh, you're gonna go look at a new house? That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I just thought about it and I was like, ooh. It's like, yes, that's good. It's very good. Let's see, we got Taurus. We got my Geminis. God, I love a Gemini. We got Cancer. We got Leo. And we got my Virgs. In the house. In the freaking house. Super fun. So yeah. It's Collective Coffee. We're going to go through today, September 19th, till next Sunday, September 26th. I did half the zodiacs this week. We're going to do the other half, or last week, we're going to do the other half this week. This week we also have the full moon meditation that I've been doing on the full and new moons for you guys. That will come out tomorrow. For the Patreons, you get an additional meditation Monday. That will be out tomorrow as well. The Libra season / equinox reading will also come out this week. Very exciting. Hello, Ariel. Ariel's got our internet back. Excellent, excellent. Her husband is the hero of the town. Sunday service just went up. It was a little bit longer this week, but I think we covered really good ground. Thank you guys so much. Those of you who have been booking with me behind the scenes. I saw such a big, beautiful uptick in readings this week. It's so exciting for me. Thank you so much. And I feel so good about the work that I did with you guys on the private end of the spectrum this week. It's very exciting. I've been like a girl in a candy shop all week. I've been having so much fun. I'm so grateful. Thank you guys so much. All really good stuff. Really good stuff. What else we got going on this week? We have some workshops on the Patreon going on this week. We got some things. We're going to have a busy week this week. We got some things going on. But I think a lot of that's that Libra season energy coming in. I love Virgo and Libra season. October. Ooh, do you guys feel the Libra energy coming in? The balance, the aesthetics. I just cleaned and reorganized. I was telling Ariel I just ordered some new clothes. Mama B's about to have a little glow up. Just in time for Libra season. You just wait and see, bees. You just wait and see. Up with the baby. And then I shall sleep again. Justice scales are balanced. They feel good. Yeah. It's a little wobbly right now, but it's all coming into balance. I'm very excited. Hi, Jilly Bean. Jilly Bean in the house. I know, I can't wait for Libra season. I feel like October's going to be really great. Something that was a theme in the September monthly readings. Oh, I'm starting the monthlies for October at the end of this week, too. Yes, I am. Monthly readings. I'm going to have y'all, so you send me a little good juju, a little extra energy, because I'm going to need it. I'm going to need a little extra energy this week. I got workshops. I got double meditations this week. I got the zodiac readings. I got to start the monthly readings for October. I got the equinox, Libra season reading. Girl's gonna be busy, and that's not even including anyone who books for personal readings this week, but I'm excited. I feel like I could eat the moon this week, so I'm ready, I'm able, I'm willing, I'm here. But I was saying in the monthly readings in September that in September we were all being really triggered, especially in the beginning of the month, with a lot of these like unconscious blockages. But if we were able to like lean into them, stretch into them, that we were gonna smooth we were gonna sail pretty smoothly into October. So I do actually think that's happening, because we still have 2 weeks, a little more than a week and a half, until we move into October. So I think the next week and a half, 2 weeks, you're gonna see things start to like smooth out a little bit. We're gonna roll into October so nicely, at least the collective that I read for. Hella triggered, hella test in September, especially the first 2 weeks. Ooh, I was sore from all the stretching. I wore my number 2 pencil down from all the tests, but I made it through, and I feel good. I'm like a Nina Simone song. I've been feeling real good. Really good. I've been feeling very clear. I've been feeling very productive, very on top of my shit. Feel good. God's been really, really good to me. Hello from Canada. Arby, hi. I'm a Pisces. See how I'm like nurturing this coffee. I'm a Pisces, but in my Vedic chart, I'm an Aquarius. So I relate a little bit more with being an Aquarius than as a Pisces. But I have 2 charts, so I get to pick. So that's nice. It's nice to have options. Very equinox though in the choice point. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's also been a lot of activations going on, just energetically. I'm sure Corey can attest to that. There's been a lot of activations going on in the spirit, so a lot of you guys probably have like a lot of abilities like coming online, you know what I mean? More so, a lot of vivid dreams, a lot of sleep disruption, that kind of stuff. It's all indicators of like going through another wave of ascension. It's a level up. If you've also been feeling like a little extra confronted, remember with every new level, there's a new devil. So if there's like a little uptick in some stuff happening around you that's like a little irritating, just know with every new level, there's a new devil. And that's just the way it is. It's nothing to stress yourself out about. It's nothing to worry. What's my favorite sign? You know, all signs are my favorite signs. We all have all signs in our chart. There are some personal signs that like I vibe best with. Like I get along really well with Geminis. I love Virgo energies, but in my Vedic chart, I'm a Virgo rising. I love reading for Scorpio. It has the most interesting readings. They always do. I love all the signs. They're all the same and they're all different in their own little quirky ways. So I really enjoy them. I'm like nurturing my coffee like a little baby. Caribbean Queen, hello. Yeah, I like Geminis. I get along really well with Gemini girls. Gemini chicks, debate you. They'll run you down. I love a Gemini chick. Some of my best girlfriends have always been Geminis. All right. Let's shuffle up these cards a little bit. We'll say our prayer. We will get started. We're going to start off with Libra. Try and make this stream not 2.5 hours like it was last week because I know you guys got stuff to do. Father God, thank you for bringing me and everyone in for this collective coffee. I ask that you give me wisdom, clarity, and discernment to deliver these messages accurately for everyone's highest of love, light, alignment, and assignment. We praise you, we love you, we thank you always. We give you all the glory and the honor for these messages to the utmost high. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. Come on through, Jesus. Let's see. I got 2 decks on deck today. I'm going to use the Wild Unknown Spirit Animal Oracle deck, as I usually do, because I absolutely love this deck. It's probably my favorite deck, but don't tell the other decks. And then I also have the Field Tarot. Originally, Empress, okay. Originally I had the Fountain Tarot out, but the Field Tarot was really calling to my spirit today, so let's see. I have to get my pen out. Duh, Lauren, we're keeping proper timestamps. 13:48, so we'll go 14 minutes, because I'm a lollygagger, for Libra. Libra's 14 minutes. All right, let's see, Libra. Let's see what you got going on this week. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna. Vulture. You want to emotionally cleanse? Actually, that feels a lot like physical cleansing, like physical purging this week, Libra. Physical purging. You see the purple rim around this bird? That purple, it talks a lot about the crown chakra to me. If you've been feeling a little foggy, just like a little clouded, or even like a little angsty, like a little agitated, check your personal space this week. See if there's anything that you can declutter. Something like, if there are clothes that you haven't worn in the last year, 2 years, throw it out. Clean out your junk. I just had to clean out my junk drawers yesterday. Clean out your junk drawers. Like just anything. It feels physical. Like there's physical clutter. And I hear some of you saying, like, I already cleansed out a lot of stuff. Purge some more. Purge some more. I just cleaned out, like, a whole bunch of my clothes. I do it every few months, but lately I've been noticing that I was like, I'm not really feeling my outfits anymore, so I just, you know, for Libra season, I just ordered a bunch of new clothes. So they'll be here in like a week or two, and I'm periodically, I'm continuing to purge. Clear out your physical space, especially because they're pointing out my desk, especially your workspace. Like a lot of you guys work from home now. Make sure to rearrange your workspace so it's clear of clutter. It will help that fogginess for you. It'll help create like a little bit more clarity. And open the damn windows. I heard that so strongly. Open the damn windows. Get some fresh air in. And when you're smoke cleansing, this is coming in. If you're doing any kind of smoke cleansing, sage, frankincense, myrrh, mugwort, whatever it is you're using, make sure you open the windows afterwards. You gotta let that smoke, you gotta let that air out. Yes? Yes, very good. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, expect Instagram. Black egg. Yeah, it's a shadow phase. It's a shadow phase, which is interesting because both of these cards are very dark, but there's like a lightness kind of surrounding you this week. So it almost feels like kind of like a labor pain this week, Libra. It's like what you're seeking, what you want, that light energy, kind of fresh, it's right there. You just got to push out like the last of that density. It's that last purge, right? And some of it has to do with sentimental attachment. Some of you guys are keeping things around you because there's a sentimental attachment to people, places, and things that you don't talk to anymore, you don't go anymore, you don't do anymore. Get rid of them. Because sometimes we hold on to things like souvenirs, and you don't need to do that. Make space. It's the law of equality. If you release something, the universe has to bring you something better to replace it. Expect Instagram selfies. That's so funny. Change. Instigation. Instigation wants to come out. They honestly, both of these cards came out in reverse. The Two of Pentacles, change, and the Prince of Wands. You got release that grip this week, Libra. What you resist will persist. So again, obedience is better than sacrifice. So if you feel as though like you're really supposed to get rid of some stuff, and it could be, honestly, some of you, this is social media. Like, you need to go through your social media. You need to go through your phone and delete contacts, people you don't talk to anymore. If there's people on your feed that are bringing up envy, jealousy, people that, like, maybe you don't really talk to that much, or you're kind of, like, a frenemies, kind of, anything like that, get rid of them. It's about clarity in the mental space. A lot of this has to do with your mental health. Like, you might be feeling as though you're hitting these little pockets of, like, melancholy, and you shouldn't be. You're right, you shouldn't be. And some of it's just the energy you're absorbing. There could be things around you that are triggering your shadow. And sometimes it's good for the shadow to be triggered, so that way it can come up, you can clear it, you can heal it. But sometimes it's a little bit unnecessary. You know, it's hard to heal in the place where you got sick. So clear out anything that is arising a feeling in you that is no longer serving you. So whether that's whether your social media, the contacts in your phone, physical items in your space, sentimental items that are only holding energy from people you don't talk to, places you don't go, old phases in your life that like maybe you're not feeling super great about, whatever it is, get rid of it. Get rid of it. If there's anything else that wants to come out. Seven of Cups, choices. Choices. If you're feeling stuck, you're feeling stagnant, you feel like there aren't a lot of opportunities, you got to create room for those opportunities this week. It's the idea of if you want to go shopping, right? You want to get some new clothes, you want to get some new shoes, you want to go grocery shopping, you can't put that new food in the fridge if there's a bunch of old rotten stuff in there taking up room. So allow yourself the experience of releasing it so that way you can receive something better this week. And by doing that, you will get to move out of a little bit of this black cloud and into the lightness, into the brightness, right in time, mind you, for your birthday season. So, wow, that's a lot of Libra, girl. That's a lot of Libra, Amy. Hi, Green Goddess. So many points of view from Geminis. It's like talking to 5 people at once. Oh, yeah, I agree with that about Geminis. My Mars is in Gemini, so that can tell you almost everything you need to know about me. I was on the debate team. It's like, I will argue against my own point just to prove that I can. Like, just to prove, like, someone and me can be on the same side. But if I feel like they are coming at it ego, I'll argue against my own point just to do it. Real pop stir like that. Dusk Till Dawn. Hey, how are you? I don't think I've seen you since I did your reading. Pot stickers sound good. Ooh. Ooh. Don't start talking about pot stickers and dumplings, because you know how I get. You know how I get. Oh yeah. I'm an autodidact. I'm like a self-taught. I got books on books. I only have like, I don't know, like 60 pages left in the Iliad, and then I can go buy new books. I'm really into Stoicism right now. So I really want to go buy some books on Stoicism. I was just talking about that last night. I was like, I think I'm ready to go get new books. Like, I have like, I'm a rising Libra, so I have this whole fantasy in my mind about getting all my new fall clothes and like getting a coffee and like walking around Barnes and Noble in my new sweaters. That's such a Pisces thing to do. Like my own little movie montage in Barnes and Noble with my new sweater. Like, I love it though. I love it. See, freedom. I'm free to roam. You got the job! Yay! That's so exciting! Congratulations! How great! Don't send me dumpling emojis! I can't do it. I just had dumplings the other day. Did I have dumplings the other day? I know. I've been ordering Chinese food too much. But, is it too much? I got tacos yesterday. Alright, what time is that? 21, so we'll go 22 minutes. Scorpio. Feels extra quiet all of a sudden. Alright, have you not been hearing from anyone, Scorpio? I feel like no one's been hearing from you. It's funny because you're showing me the Hermit card, but then they're pulling out a card behind the Hermit card, and it's the Four of Swords, which is like rest, recovery, recuperation. I feel like maybe you've been a little off the map, Scorpio. Like, no one's really been hearing from you, and it almost appears as if you're in like this deep reflection, figuring some stuff out, but really, it almost feels like you like took a hit, and you've been trying to recover from it a little bit. Turtle in reverse, though. You're very quickly, I feels like this week, speeding through a cycle that it seems like you've been stuck in. Dragonfly, enlightenment. I don't know, I haven't talked to him. That's so funny that you said that. Dragonfly. So the dragonfly for me, it talks a lot about enlightenment. It also talks a lot about how we gain more color and vibrancy the closer we move to the light. Because dragonflies spend, like their formidable years, they spend them in the water, right? That deep emotional process, which Scorpio, you are so used to. And sometimes in that process, we feel like we're going around in circles a little bit, but it seems like there's something coming in. There's a catalyst coming in this week, whether it's an idea, whether it's an offer, whether it's a person, whether it's just you just get so sick of swimming around in your own four swords stew, whatever it is, that you're really kind of popping up this week. There's something coming in to accelerate your process, to get you to move closer to the light. Feels like a little bit of like a fresh air and kind of bring more color and vibrancy. Something about fun too, like bringing in like a little more fun and excitement, like enthusiasm. It's like kind of like Stella getting her groove back, like getting your spark back this week. It may be someplace that you travel, like someplace that you go and visit, and you kind of have like a bit of this epiphany, aha moment, because this feels a little bit like a map behind this dragonfly. So it might be like a study of teaching, maybe it's Stoicism like I was talking about, or some kind of Eastern philosophy, or maybe you're going to visit someplace, maybe perhaps a body of water. If I get my hands on you, you little fly, I will kill you. Shoo fly. Don't bother me. You may go to like a body of water, really embody this Pisces full moon kind of thing. Have some kind of big release. There's something about you going somewhere, having an aha moment, or you learning something, whether again it's a new form of philosophy, some kind of Eastern religion, something like that. I will kill that fly, and I will not feel bad about it. Beaver, and then you're going to get your ass right back to work, because this is my Eight of Pentacles card. And then you're going to get right back to work. The beaver also talks a lot about community for me. So you might have been a little bit burnt out by the work that you do, whether it's professionally or the spiritual work that you do, having to be the matriarch, patriarch of your family, something like that, which again, you may be pulled back, you're like, I'm going to work on myself, hermit mode, but really it was just trying to recharge that battery, but getting stuck in an emotional loop. But again, there is some kind of catalyst coming in this week to help pull you out of that and kind of get you back to work with like a little bit more of a pep in your step. And there's something about a change, like just a small pivot in the way you do your work that I think is going to add that level of fun and enthusiasm back in. Get into the groove, yeah, you got to prove your love to me, yeah. Scorpio moon. I'm a Scorpio moon in my Vedic chart. I'm a Sag moon though. Devil in reverse, okay. You tell that devil that he ain't got no room here, Scorpio. This is really putting down the obsessive thinking, unnecessary attachments. There's also this, what are you saying? I don't have to live like this anymore. Like, I don't have to do it that way. It almost feels like, Scorpio, like perhaps you built yourself your own prison for a period of time. Yeah, right. You built yourself your own prison for a period of time with your schedule, the way you were doing your work, and then feeling as though you had to uphold that kind of structure, that standard, even if it was draining you and kind of sucking all the life and out of the fun out of your day-to-day, out of your job, out of your spiritual mission, whatever it is. And this is you realizing that you were allowed to restructure, you were allowed to kind of rewrite that script for yourself. That's beautiful. I really like that. Shoot fly, don't bother me. Anything else was coming out for you? Judgment. Yeah, you're making a judgment call. You're making a judgment call. And with this swans here, swans for me talk a lot about self-reflection. And again, you might go to a body of water and see your reflection in the water and have some eureka moment. Like, why do I look like this? Like, look at the countenance on my face. Or again, you might just come across another style or study of teaching, some kind of philosophy that makes you go, wait a second, I never thought of that before. I didn't realize that puts an interesting idea into my head. So wait, I don't have to do it that way. I could do it this way. Swans also talk to me. It's a lot of that Venusian energy, right? Very, very Libra season. It talks about self-love. That in an act of self-love, in an act of self-care to get yourself out of that emotional loop, right? That you have to do something new. New seasons require new approaches. So what worked for you, and then sometimes that can trip us up because we'll keep up a schedule, we'll keep up a routine, a way of approaching our work or our life that worked for us for a really long time. And then all of a sudden, it just stops working. And it takes us a long time to figure it out. And it's because when you move into new phases in your life, those new phases require new approaches. They require new perspectives. And sometimes it takes us a while to catch up, but it feels like you are catching up. And you have the Seven of Cups. You have choices coming out. It's interesting that it did come out in reverse, which tells me that you're realizing this week, Scorpio, that it's like you have no choice but to evolve and adapt in a new way. Otherwise, eventually it seems like whatever it is that you're doing or the way that you're doing it, it's not sustainable emotionally, energetically anymore. But again, through that perspective change, you realize that there are choices, there are options you have on how to do what you're doing more efficiently, more effectively, and with more enthusiasm, right? Who wants to do what they're doing if it's not fun, right? And not everything is fun, but it's like that saying, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. It's that kind of thing. Look, out of the frying pan, right into the fire. You flew right into my coffee. Now you drowned yourself. And I'm going to drink my coffee anyway. So I win. I win. Someone's going to watch the replay and go, that's so disgusting. She just pulled a little baby gnat out of her coffee and then she drank it. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Blood of my enemies. It's fine. Pluto's been having its way with us too. I have that North Node Libra. If you can't envision it, it won't get done. Yeah. Yeah, visualization techniques work really well. There's just something about, and it's just kind of like a collective download I got about daydreaming. That we don't daydream anymore. Remember when you were little and you used to just like daydream and make up scenarios in your head and all that stuff? That was like our first introduction to like manifestation really. But now it's like Pay attention to all of your thoughts, the intention of all your thoughts. Focus on what you want to manifest. That we never let our mind just kind of wander and daydream and like play around, right? It's very full moon Pisces, that Neptunian sort of thing, as we're always so worried about the cause and effect. Neptune is doing alchemy on us. I know. See, the thing is that I'm a Pisces. Pisces is ruled by Neptune. And I was born in a town named Neptune. So really, Neptune ain't got shit on me. I am Neptune. I was born in Neptune. Give me my trident. I'm ready. I think I told Corey that. I was like, do you know the town I was born in? It's called Neptune. He was like, what? I was like, I know. Does not get more Piscean than that. All right, Sagittarius. What time we got? 30 minutes. 30 seconds. 3-3, Sag. 3-3. It's ascended master number. Something about your life path number, Sagittarius. If you haven't looked at your life path number in a while, go check it out again. Just a little bloop. Ooh, the otter. Hold on. We got the otter and the lizard. You're redefining how you approach relationships, particularly friendships this week, Sagittarius. When I see the otter, if that beaver card that I pulled out before is my 8 of Pentacles, the otter is my 3 of Pentacles card, right? So you're mastering this aspect of yourself on how you deal with other people. The otter also brings through like a lot of really fun, a lot of really playful energy. You ever see an otter? They're like the cutest little thing ever. They're always playing with each other. They will hide rocks underneath like their little armpits, and then if they see another otter who's having a hard time like cracking open like a clamshell, they'll give them one of like their little armpit rocks, so that way that otter can like crack open the clamshell and like get itself a little snack, right? And so there is this idea, and the lizard talks a lot about like shedding old skin, reinvigoration, evolution, right? That the way you were approaching relationships, the way you were approaching friendships in the past, it wasn't sustainable, so you've probably just been chilling by yourself for a while. However, there's like a new like level of fun coming in, right? They're playing me that SpongeBob F is for friends who do stuff together, U is for you and me. It's a little bit of that energy, which is really cute. It's that inner child, right? That kids can play together. They don't overly attach. They'll go from a group to themselves, to the monkey bars, right? And it's all good. So I just see like a real revitalization of your friendships and stuff like that this week, which is really nice because I think that you need that. Sagittarians are really social beings, and in terms of between them and the other fire signs, they make friends a lot more easily than the other fire signs because they don't have as much as that the controlling aspect of Aries, or kind of like sometimes the excessive pride that Leo can have. No shade, I'm a Pisces, I'm delusional. So it's one of those things, and Sagittarians they're really silly. They're really, really like silly, and they like to laugh and they like to giggle, and so it seems like there are like opportunities that are coming in for you to do that this week. I would take them. Don't allow the narrative of the old friendships you had. Don't allow it to kind of spoil it for you. Judgment. Yeah, judgment is coming out again, right? Self-love. No man is an island, Sagittarius. Everyone deserves to have friends. Everyone deserves to have an emotional support system. It doesn't always have to be this feast or famine. People are your BFFs forever, or they're not in your life at all, or people are your enemy, or they're your best friends. Just live and let live. Like, it's a judgment call. Like, it's time. Like, it's time for this. It's time for you to incorporate some people back in your life. 2 of Swords, decisions. And I love that you've taken these swords, and typically in the 2 of Swords, the swords are positioned over the heart, but they're not this week, right? They're not. The heart space is open, the vital organs, right? The belly, places where normally you would protect yourself. It's being released this week. And you're naked, you have no top on, maybe go topless. But it's the idea of allowing yourself to feel vulnerable. It's safe to feel vulnerable. It's safe to love this week. It's safe to hang out with your friends. Make some friends this week. It's all good. 10 of Cups, harmony, community, friendships, love, all of that kind of stuff. There also is an idea for some of the single Sagittariuses that you may find your partner first through them being a friend, or you may find like a future partner through one of the friends that you make now. So that seems to be like a pretty cool thing. 3 of discs works. Put your thing down, flip it and reverse it. 2 3 of Pentacles cards for me. You're mastering this aspect. And again, it's a 3, which talks about collaboration. It talks about teamwork. 3 is also a very divine number, Sagittarius. So this is something that, again, is being divinely guided to you this week because it's time for it and because you're ready for it. You're open. It doesn't feel like a test or a trial. It feels like an opportunity that you're actually excited for. And so I would take it. I would absolutely take it. Queen of Wands, sticking out. Vibrancy. Be confident. Be confident. And whoever isn't for you, you're going to know that they're not for you. And you can move accordingly, right? You're not walking on eggshells. You're moving past the eggshell stage in your life. And I think that that's a really beautiful thing. So good for you, Saggy. My little audacious naked wild woman in the forest. That's me when I go for a hike. I got kicked out of a national park. I did not get kicked out of it. I'm just kidding. I have a special pocket of skin to hold their rock. It's so cute. Like, I love an otter so much. Like, there's something about them that just brings me joy. It's like an otter and a bunny. I hadn't seen, normally, like, I see a lot of bunnies, and it's always, like, a little, like, spirit wink for me. But I hadn't seen bunnies in days, and I was feeling kind of bummed out about it. I was like, you know, where have all the cowboys gone? Like, where are all my bunnies? Like, guys, because if ever I'm upset, and I talked about this on the Patreon, if ever I'm, like, upset or I'm like, I don't know, like, is everything okay? Like, they'll send me a bunny, and the bunny is normally, like, the sign for me that, like, every little thing's gonna be all right, girl. And I hadn't seen a bunny in days, and then last night I was watching Harry Potter, and they were like, look out the window. And I was like, what? Look out the window. I was like, okay. So I looked up, and I looked out the window, and it was just like a little tiny little baby bunny. Like the littlest baby bunny like you ever did see. And it was just like, it was so worth it not seeing that bunny. Look, and I just like leaned out the window like a baby. Just like, oh my God, it's so cute. I love this bunny so much. I'm such a nerd. I'm just like a little bunny nerd. Hey, Eve. How you doing, girl? I just did Sag. So you rewind like 5 minutes. I started it at 30 minutes. 30 minutes. 3 little bunnies up on your doorstep. LB remix. Whenever people start talking to me or they start watching my channel, they'll see bunnies and they'll start seeing bees all of the time. They're like, all of a sudden there's all these bees all over the place. I'm like, hey, it's me. It's me. They're like, I saw a bunch of bumblebees and then I went on YouTube and you had a video posted. I'm like, sounds about right. Look at this. We got some bees. We got some bees in the house right now. We got like 25, 26 bees. Bees in the trap. Bees. Oh, you have a bunny, Carissa? Oh, that's so great. When I was looking out the window, I was like, I would love to have a bunny, but I would feel bad having a bunny for me because I just want it to be like out. But I want a cat. I keep watching like the cats of TikTok. Oh, they're killing me. There's this one little kitty. His name's Ed. His name's Ed on TikTok. I love him. I love him so much. I want him. I want to love him. I want to snuggle him. I want to give him little kitty treat. I just want him so bad, but I have to move. I have to move first. I can't have a cat here. I have to establish myself somewhere else, and then I can get a cat in my dreams. And it's so funny because I want to name a cat either Moses or Neptune. So that's funny. Floppy are so fluffy. They're so lucky. Perfect combo of a cat and a dog. Seriously, the best part of both worlds. Oh, that's so cool. Bloom and Betty. What a great name. Bloom and Betty. I like that name. How you doing? That's like a burlesque name. Ooh. I like that. I hope you do burlesque. That'd be great. All right, Capricorn. We'll call that 39 minutes. Hugh and Hammy. Oh, those are so cute. Those are cute names. Hugh. I like that. Like Hugh Laurie. I like people names for pets. I used to have a dog and his name was Howard. I just love people named for pets. I think it's great. A Potbag Billy and even Ham. It's terrible. A Cappy and an art. Oh, you made it right in time. You made it right in time for Capricorn. It's an artiste. All right, Capricorn. What's going on this week? You working on something this week? You're not telling nobody, like a special project? The Deer. It's feminine energy. Creative chamber. You're in a creative chamber. I was thinking about the womb, your womb, male or female. It's like a fire in your belly this week. It might not be fully expressed though. You got a new idea. It feels like you're working on something this week. Through your feminine energy. So that's intuition, that's inspiration. It's also like a nurturing, thank you. It's like a nurturing approach. You're building that. It's a nurturing approach. With the grain, it's a labor of love. Some kind of labor of love. And it's an earth card, so it feels like it's something material. It's not necessarily like I'm working on my clairvoyance. It's something like practical. Hi. Hummingbird, another fertility sign. Yeah, look at this. Something to bring your life in balance or something, because I'm just noticing all of the colors, like all of the colors of the chakras around this hummingbird. To bring balance into an industry, to bring balance into a community, to bring balance into your family, into a field. It's something that it doesn't feel like you are talking to a lot of people about it, but it feels like you're bringing it to completion really quickly and then bringing it to the forefront, bringing it to be seen very quickly. It's something that it happens real quick. It's quiet, but it happens really, really quick. That might be why you were a little quiet when I was tapping into your energy, because it's like you're busy. It's like you're working. Oh, hi. Hey, Danny. Everyone go check out Danny, Empire of Neutrality, him and Brooke. I was just talking a little Brookie. Cheetah and the Tiger. What did I say? Cheetah's opportunity is coming really, really quickly. It feels like you're kind of bringing the opportunity, though, this week. You're, like, creating an opportunity. And this tiger, it's a white tiger in particular, which talks a lot about purity and, like, virtue. There's something that you're creating that's going to add a lot of, like, quality, and it's coming out of, it's like a pure intention. It's like a pure project because there's, like, a need, and it feels like you want to fulfill it. So you are creating an opportunity for yourself to bring this need forward. But it's going to serve other people. It's going to serve other people really well. Yeah, Firefly and the Buffalo. Again, this is something that you're working on really, really quickly. And that Buffalo is a little bit of like that tower moment, and then you're debuting it. Interesting, Capricorn. You know, I would expect nothing less from a Capricorn. Truly. Truly. The tower on the split. Let's see. What's this? 3 of Cups. Friendships. It's something to celebrate over. You might be wondering if it's going to, like, stir the pot a little bit. It might be, like, a little bit different than what people would expect from you normally. But it feels like something that people will celebrate. They'll speak highly of it. Like, behind the scenes. The Star, yeah. You might be, like, debuting it and the kind of being off on your own, not knowing how people are going to perceive it. But even if you stay in this workshop energy, people are really going to be talking highly about it behind the scenes. Yeah. Union. And then people are going to want to come and work with you on it. Wow. Cool. That's really cool. Because there's despair and there's burden in reverse. So again, there's something about the virtue or the purity of what you're adding into the conversation, what you're suggesting at work, like whatever it is that this is for you, that's going to unburden a lot of people. It's the solution to a problem they didn't know they needed, but you saw it before they did and you already put it in motion. That's badass. That's badass, Capricorn. Get on with your bad self. That's what I'm talking about. I got a Capricorn North Node, so, like, that's what I like to see is my Capricorns out here doing the good work. Yes. Go Cappies. What was the mantra last week for the stream? Go Virgo, go Virgo, go. This it gets go Cappy, go Cappy, go. Go Cappy, go Cappy, go. All cap. Virgo cheer squad. Here's what I was like. I was the captain of my cheerleading squad. Is anyone surprised? No. No. Cappy's in the lead. 3 points for Gryffindor. I feel like Capricorn would totally be a Gryffindor. I think I was thinking about that last night. I was like, which zodiac signs would fall into like which Gryffindor houses? That's interesting. That's interesting. Scorpios would obviously be in Slytherin. Obviously. Honestly, Pisces would probably be in Hufflepuff. They'd probably be in Hufflepuff because they're just like happy to be there. Like Pisces are just happy to like chill out and be there. Truly. I feel like, you know, you would think automatically that Leo would be in Gryffindor, but I actually think Leo would do better in Slytherin. What zodiac sign is Fluffy? Oh, he's definitely a Hufflepuff. Fluffy's definitely a Hufflepuff. Oh, no. No, Fluffy, I'm thinking of Fang. Like the big coward dog. Hagrid's big guy. Fluffy's pretty soft, though. I mean, you play him a little bit of music, and, you know, he's good to go. No! Gemini would definitely be in Ravenclaw. I think Libra would be in Ravenclaw, too. I think all of the air signs would be in Ravenclaw. You know what I mean? Cho Chow, she's definitely got a little bit of that Aquarian energy. Hella. Aries would be in Slytherin, too. Oh my god, I should. Do you know, by the way, I noticed this last night. Aquarius, what time is it? 40, I'll go 47:30. So I can make this point. Do you know that Halloween falls on a Sunday this year? It falls on Sunday service and collective coffee. So you just wait and see what I come up with. Did I come up with it yet? No. Will I? Yes. Yes, I will. We should have like a party on Halloween. Because Lord knows my ass I'm going to be out here in these streets. But like we should have a party for Halloween. Do something fun. I should be Hagrid. I should be Professor McGonagall. Snape. Severus Snape. Aquarius, you got the camel. You're preparing for something. You're also saving money this week. You're saving money on your mind. The camel talks about resources, reserving resources, putting them in your hump for like the next journey. It's nighttime here, so you might not be talking to anyone about that. You might be planning on like switching jobs, eventually relocating, something like that. It doesn't feel like you're there yet, but it feels like it's on the precipice and you're kind of preparing like mind, body, spirit, bank account. You're preparing all of that stuff in advance, which is smart. I think that's really smart. This camel also looks kind of like pleased with themselves. So if you've already been doing that, it feels like you're happy with your progress thus far. Even if you know you still have like a little bit of a ways to go, it feels like you're pleased with your progress thus far. Some of you are also getting a haircut. They just pointed out the hair on this camel. Some of you guys are thinking about like changing up your appearance a little bit, getting a haircut, something like that. That's normal, Libra season. Frog, emotional cleansing. Scorpion, transformation. There's a feeling this week that you're coming into the acceptance point that some situations, some people, some triggers, like some things just, no matter how much you meditate on them, alchemize them, sometimes it's just the place. Sometimes you're just not in the right place. Sometimes it's just like the people are just not your people. So instead of feeling kind of prickly or trying to resist or fight against that, I just see you, again, making the preparations to kind of cleanse it out, switch the job, relocate, allow yourself the opportunity to meet new people, create more space for yourself, right? I think you recognize that perhaps, again, it's not right this second, but because you know that change is coming, it's allowing you to fall into acceptance this week. Pisces, purging, right? All that purging with the full moon. And so whatever is in your environment that might seem a little unsatisfactory or a little prickly, it doesn't feel like it's bothering you anymore because you know it's only temporary now. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, saving money. I get that. And it's all balance. I've been trying to save too. I'm like, I'll save this much and I'll use this much to treat myself. So that way I'm not, you know, falling too much on one end. Keeping a little bit of balance. Whoa. Ace of Wands, energy, and justice. Oh yeah. This is what I'm talking about. It's the right move. It's absolutely the right move for you. This symbol here is really interesting. On this Ace of Wands card, one, it looks a little bit, not entirely, but it looks a little bit like the symbol for Chiron. Chiron has a little bit of the K at the top, right? But that's not like that inner wound, that inner child wound that we all hold. And again, some of it has to do with the place that you live. Like, it's just the people that live in your environment. Maybe you live with your family. Just some of these things that, again, like, you can't change other people. You can't necessarily change the environment all of the time. But you can take yourself out of it. And you can do that by planning well and aligning with your guidance on where to go. This symbol also looks a lot like Hades symbol, and Hades is the god of the underworld, but also of like riches and abundance and fertility and all of that kind of stuff. So again, it's using all of this dark that is around you, all of these unsavory experiences, people or environments, and instead of allowing them to trigger you, allowing them to confirm to you that you want something different, that you deserve a different form of balance and justice to come in, and allowing that to help you kind of play your hand better. And a lot of that is by saving your resources, figuring out the place that is most aligned to you, by using your intuition, by using divination, by connecting to God, like whatever that is for you. Burden in reverse, to unburden yourself from it. Yeah, absolutely. And again, you're not there yet, but because you know you will be relatively soon, it's allowing these situations to not trigger you or upset you in the way that they used to. Five of Discs, yeah. Destitution. Where you're at is like not totally it, but you're making the best out of not the most ideal situation. And the thing is, with this stained glass, it tells me that you can see the way out now. You can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel, which is beautiful. Ace of Cups. Love. Absolutely gorgeous. It's a new beginning that's going to be a lot more emotionally fulfilling to you, and it's going to reflect more of who you are. Whether it's the people that are around you, the work that you're engaged in, the environment that you're living in, whatever it is, it's going to reflect more of where you are now, whereas where you are now as a person, it's going to reflect where you are now as a person. Whereas the place or the people that you're in right now physically are a reflection of maybe who you used to be, right? Does that make sense? So you're moving in the right direction. You're getting your ducks in a row, Aquarius. All right, let's see. Pisces, my Pisces people. What time is it? 53. 53 minutes. I'm doing so good at time stamping. I'm just going to pat myself on the back for that. Because I'm normally so bad about it, but you're doing pretty good. Wow. It's really bright. Ooh. Ooh. I'm going to get some blinds or something. Or like a curtain for this window. It's hot. Maybe you're heating up. Maybe you're heating up, Pisces. Golden egg! Ooh! Okay. Okay. Ah. So this golden egg, it's in this, like, nest kind of thing. And it kind of feels like a lot of times we're waiting for, like, an external opportunity or an external door to open. But it feels like this egg is very representative this week, Pisces, of an underutilized skill, ability, talent, personality trait. Something that you have that maybe you didn't think was very important, or maybe you didn't think that it was going to help you. There's something about it that seemed insignificant, and so it kind of got buried underneath. And so this week is sort of feeling like you finding a piece of buried treasure, like within yourself, Again, a gift, a skill, an ability, an aspect of your personality, something like that that's previously gone underutilized and you're pulling it out, that is creating opportunity for you. Bringing you into alignment with it. Crow, something about your intuition. You know, the best example I can use, Pisces, as a Pisces, is like an example of my own, right? So I can dive into like the really deep, dark, heavy, traumatic topics. Like I can run your shadow work down to filth, but like an aspect that's within me that is quite golden is my ability to encourage, to motivate, to uplift, to make you laugh, to make you see the glass half full. And so I try and pull that out, right? Because intuitively, like that makes the most sense. That's what people need, right? And so it might not be that for you. It might be something else, using your own intuition a little bit more. Again, it's like this little world card, and it could be the perspective, the way you see the world, your own personal philosophy, like your own little remix, your own take on a situation that is entirely unique to you, being the high priestess, that other people can't see. And there's something about that feels very interesting and intriguing. Ow, you got the freaking owl? That's a lot of wisdom. That's being able to see this a situation almost 360 degrees. Also being able to kind of see through the dark. There's something about you, Pisces, this week that you're able to see what other people don't see. But there's also something about not sitting on it this week. Moving a little bit more into the masculine energy and doing something about it. It's one thing to be able to see what other people can't, but it's another thing to be able to actualize that wisdom, that information, and kind of use it for the good of all. I do see the otter in reverse, so there might be something about this, like having to do with your friends, your community, your industry, something like that, that it may worry you. Maybe the reason you don't do anything about it, maybe the reason you don't say anything about it is because it might put you a little bit at odds with some of the people, like, again, in your family, in your crew, in your friend group, in your industry, something like that, not wanting to ruffle feathers, but you also have to remember that you have to walk your own walk, right? And if there's opinions, if there's an added value that you have that you could be interjecting into something and you're not, out of fear that other people won't accept you, well, that's a question you have to ask yourself. If people only accept you when you're kind of always in agreement with them, is that real friendship? Probably not, right? That's conditional, because I do see the spider in reverse as well, which talks about networking, interconnectivity. The spider in the middle talks to me a lot about the magician energy, that living too much by other people's standards, trying to stay in flow with other people, can disrupt your own personal flow and prevent you from kind of fulfilling your own potential. And again, if people are only gonna vibe with you when you are always in complete agreement with them, that's not unconditional love, that's conditional love, which isn't really love at all, right? So with this octopus, it's time to get busy. And if I'm not mistaken, and I believe that I'm not, your September monthly reading was it's time to get back to work. Look at the split, Pisces. Look at this split. The Magician and the Queen of Swords. Magic and independence. That's a confirmation if I ever saw it, right? It's time to allow yourself to be unique. If you're worried people are going to think that you're weird, trust me, you're a Pisces, they already think you're weird. They already think you're weird. Don't dampen your own spirit. Don't dampen your own creative impulses to fit in with other people, right? It's a lesson that we learn when we're little and we forget it all the time. It's hard to make an impact when you blend in with the crowd. Remember that. Remember that, Pisces. Valor and resilience, the splits, and the Hierophant, and the moon in reverse. You already knew this. You already knew this, Pisces. That's the strongest. It's like you already knew that this was coming. You already knew at some point there was kind of going to be a divide, right? So if you worry that somehow doing something new, something unique, something that is against the flow of your friends or the crowd, just remember that sometimes what seems like rejection is actually like a divine rescue. So that way you can maintain your own authenticity and live your own unique path, unencumbered by other people's opinions. Very good. Very good. The Queen of Swords is my future wife. That's so funny. Okay. You just like her because she has that tattoo. Where's she? I lost her. I just like her. She has that tattoo down her leg. I peep you. I peep you. Woo! It's hot in here. Aries. Aries, you got a lot of energy. Pressure. There's pressure in the third eye. Pressure in the third eye. Emperor in reverse and the Judgment in reverse. The top of the deck, Aries. I didn't even really get to shuffle for you. Feels like you made a bad judgment call. Like you're bad. But it feels like you misjudged something. It almost feels like because they're showing me like a lens over your third eye. But they're showing me like this. Like some kind of, like you picked up a intuitive impulse or you made a decision about something in the past. And you might be coming to find that like wasn't like the right perception of it. And it might have been because there might have been like a little bit of a cloudiness or a haze or distortion over your third eye. Sometimes we could pull in information, but if there's something in the shadow that's coming up, we can view that intuitive impulse, we can view that download, whatever it is we're picking up, we can view it through a lens of fear. We can view it through a lens of fear. All right, hold on. I'm going to go 60 minutes for Aries. Does that make sense? Maybe 59. Because you came out like a bat out of hell. Wow. Hold on. I need a second to recalibrate. Aries just hit me like a bat out of hell. You're always on time, Eve. I'm not always there when you call, but I'm always on time. Aries. My Venus is an Aries. I'm your Venus. I'm your Sire, your desire. Cobra. That's right out of the root chakra. That's right out of the root chakra. It's a funny energy. Okay, so in general, this Cobra talks a lot about being kind of hypnotized, like magnetized by the energy of Kundalini, yes. But he looks a little pissed, right? He looks a little pissed. There's almost it's a feeling of like you got played, honestly. But realizing that it was the way you interpreted the information. So you're not actually really mad at anyone else necessarily. It's more about being frustrated with yourself for viewing something in the wrong way. Again, like you could have thought like someone was your friend or something was a good opportunity. Turns out not so. You could have thought something was a bad opportunity or someone wasn't your friend. Turns out that wasn't so either. There is something going on with like a blockage in the root chakra that encouraged you to make a certain decision that now you're realizing wasn't the best decision. So you might be figuring out how to move forward, how to rectify. There is a sense of annoyance though. There is a little bit of a sense of annoyance. But I think that that's okay. Because sometimes angry gets shit done, but it also feels like that root is being unblocked. So sometimes when that happens, you will get a big burst of energy. And again, it's right there in the third eye. So it's that intuition. It's that I can see clearly now, like the clouds are gone. You know what I mean? Like I didn't realize that wasn't for me. And I didn't realize it actually was for me. Okay, how do I fix this right now? But it feels very get into the groove. It feels very like, okay, I see it, I take accountability, I recognize it, I'm going to do something about it, I'm going to fix it right now. Okay, it's like very like get your ass in gear. Fish, beautiful. So there's Piscean energy, we have that Pisces full moon, so that might be something that's kind of bringing this up, right, to be purged for you. The fish also talk about flow, they talk about abundance, they talk about money, blessing, it also talks about going in the right direction. If you were going a little off course, because you couldn't see the map properly, you're immediately, Chiron and Aries, it's been retrograde for a while. You're back on the right track now. You're back on the right track now. Nightingale. There's something about speaking though. The Nightingale talks about singing your song, that throat chakra, unblocking that throat chakra. The root and the throat are connected for you right now. So you might have to tell some people, some places, a job, something that you're moving away from them. You might have to make restitution or have a conversation with someone. Absolutely fine. But that is, how am I going to put it? You might have to like humble yourself a little bit to do it, Aries, but if you do it, it will pay off well for you, is the general consensus of that. 8 of Wands, the bottom of the deck, communication, right? Movement with the Death card, transformation, the Moon in reverse. You kind of already knew it. I think you knew you have, one, I think you know you have to have a conversation, whatever it is. But I also think you potentially already knew then what you knew now, but you just weren't really believing yourself. Exploration. Sometimes you need to go on a detour, right? I had a, I just got off a detour a few weeks ago, and I was a little not super pleased with the detour that I took, but I also realized that had I not gone on that detour, I wouldn't have learned as much as I did. Like, I needed that. It did more for me than, you know what I mean, against me. So I think valuable lessons were learned here. Meditation, yeah, strength, success. Yeah, you're back on track. Whatever needs to get tied up is going to get tied up for you this week. No stress. Again, a lot of it's the accountability. You're taking accountability. You're fixing it. You realize, boom, you're back on track. You're good to go. Absolutely. Aw, thanks, Danny. You're so sweet. Thank you. Feminine and all of us fighting for truth. The universal 2x4. Yeah. Yeah. Dang it. Been feeling it for a while. Yeah. And you know what? It's going to take accountability. It's also going to be gentle with yourself, too. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you have to take a detour. Sometimes you got to think someone's your friend when they're not. And sometimes you got to, misjudge someone else in order to figure it out, right? We never learn by other people. We don't always just learn from a good sermon. Like, sometimes you have to learn by putting your hand over the fire. You have to learn by trial and error. We learn more from our mistakes, from our failures, from our missteps, from our detours, then we learn from everything going great for us, right? When everything is going super great for you, those usually aren't like your seasons of learning. Those are your seasons of enjoying, right? The spoils of war. But you gotta get into some rocky seas in order to know how to work a boat. Yes? Yes. And again, I've been there. I just did this shit. I'm sorry for all those have been misunderstood and then you judge me wrong because of distortion lenses. Clarity is hard to find. Right? Yeah, absolutely. I've misjudged people. People have misjudged me. Like, it happens. We're people. I always say, like, we can't ascend ourselves outside of our humanity. And humanity in and of its essence is fallible. We make mistakes and that's okay, right? That's why it's like words like repentance always rub people the wrong way because it's like that church hurt thing, but like repentance literally just means I changed my mind. I thought about it. I had some different experiences. I changed my perspective, and you know what? I changed my mind. I don't feel that way anymore. I want to do something different. I don't see it in that way anymore. So I'm going to pivot, right? It's just a pivot. But you're going in the right direction now, so that's beautiful. Which shows that you have the ability to learn, pull wisdom from what you learned, and then apply it, which not everyone can do. And so it really is kudos to you this week, Aries, truly. But that root's going to get unblocked, so you have fun with that. A lot of stuff happens when your root gets unblocked, so you enjoy that. With the throat, I'm not even... If you know, you know. Just, you know. Aries going to be sending some strange texts this week to people. Just wait. Yeah, absolutely. Really good stuff. I mean, honestly, it's really good stuff. I'm really proud of everyone. Scorpio's fucking killing it too this week. You're welcome, Eve. I love you so much, Noodle. Hey, Maria. Hey, Amy. Pluto has been squaring my sun in Aries for ages. While Aries is conjuncting it, I'm at the point where I'm like, bring a motherfucker, taking accountability for everyone in my life. Yeah, I was just talking to my team. I was talking to myself about this. Earlier today, I was talking about it last night, and I was saying that, you know, I'm so well acquainted with myself. I'm so well acquainted with my shadow that nobody can tell me anything about myself that I don't already know. There's literally not a rundown. There's not a criticism. There's nothing that anyone can tell me about me that I don't already know and would offer up freely. Like, it's, do you know what I mean? So when people criticize, it doesn't matter, because I'm like, I know, like, I know myself, like, and there's something really empowering about that, right? Because it allows you not to be so easily affected by how other people perceive you, but it also allows you to take that accountability, which is a sense of empowerment, to be able to love yourself fully, like radical acceptance, while also continuing to take steps towards your personal development, you know? Like, I know I'm heavy-handed. I'm working on being soft, but sometimes I just be like that. Like, I got a lot of spirit for a little lady, you know? I did a channeling on Andromeda Galaxy. It's conjunct Aries. Many breakthroughs. Cool. Very cool. I'm not an astrologist, so I don't know all the time, like, what's going on in the sky. Sometimes I just know something's going on up there. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, look, we're more than halfway through. Good for us. I'm so proud of us. I admire people that are astrologists, though, because there's so much math. Like, there's just so much that goes on in there. I was talking to someone. They're like, wow, you know a lot about astrology. I'm like, I know enough to get by. I'm like, I need to understand, like, a basic amount of astrology, because it does apply to my job, but I'm an oracle. I'm just, you know, just comes in my head, and I just speak it out into the world. Over here. Taurus. Let's see, an hour and 2 minutes. Is that right? Yeah, an hour and 2 minutes. Channeling creativity. Yeah. All right, Taurus. All right, 72 minutes. No, that's not right, Lauren. That's not how math works. 12 minutes. This is why I don't do timestamps. Trying. Taurus is having snacks. Taurus is always having snacks. Yeah, that would be an hour and 12 minutes. Lauren. Okay. What's up, my bulls? Snake in reverse. Are you avoiding something? Closing something out? Are you because this for me, the snake card, it talks about death and rebirth. But there's something about you don't have all of the information. You're not ready to close out a cycle until you have all of the information. Because if you notice in this card, there's the green, there's the blue, there's the white, there's the purple. It talks about all of the upper chakras, but there's nothing about the lower chakras, right? And when your lower chakras are out of balance, your lower energy centers, you'll hold on to something. You'll grip something. It feels like there's something that, like, your intuition or your heart is telling you, but you don't have physical proof of it. Because this is an earth card. There's something about, there's no physical evidence or proof for what your intuition is telling you, and because of that, you don't want to let it go and close out that cycle. But I'm wondering how well that's going to work out for you. Oh, that's too many. That's too many cards. It's too many cards. Had amazing snacks. I need amazing food. My sister's a Taurus, and she's a chef. Cosmic Egg and the Shark. See, this is the Cosmic Egg. This is my world card. This is my completion card. And see, here's another snake. And it's interesting that if you look at these two snakes, they're going in, well, it actually looks like this on my board. They're going in opposite directions. It's almost saying that Taurus, whatever information you've pulled in from the heart space through your intuition, that's enough. I don't know if physical proof is actually going to come to you. I know with this Pisces full moon, there's a lot of creators that are like, secrets will be revealed. And you know what? Maybe. But, like, also maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe there will be no evidence. Maybe there will be no secrets revealed. Maybe you already have the information through your intuition. You know it in your heart. And that's as good as it's going to get. And you're going to have to take that, get what you get, and don't get upset, and wrap up that cycle. right? Because then the shark comes out, and the shark is very much of a, it could be a predator energy, it can be like a threatening energy, but more so, the shark is always, it's on the hunt, it's on the move, it's on to the next thing, and sharks are incredibly intelligent, right? We always go Jaws. Sharks are incredibly intelligent. They're sentient beings. Do you know what I mean? They have a consciousness. And so it's the idea of not allowing any information that you don't have or any evidence that you don't have to throw you into this, like, one, having to be on the hunt for it and not releasing the cycle. What you know is enough. Allow that cycle to be wrapped up and then use your intelligence, right? And get on the move to something else. Keep swimming to where the waters are warm. Don't keep yourself in cold waters, right? Because you're not bothering anyone else. You're just stopping up your own process. Gnosis, exactly. Let me go over here. Snacks. Probably a tasty snack. Every towards another new snacks. YouTube can make it a bit easier on the creators with the timestamps we need to buy. I agree, Danny. I absolutely agree. They could do that for us. But alas, it's alright. I got my pen. I got my paper. I'm doing the best I can. Choices. 7 of Cups coming up a lot this week. It's coming up a lot this week. And do you know what's really interesting about this card? See the choices? Half of the card is really dark, and then half of the card is really light. And so you have the decision. Just look at the shark card. Half of the card is really dark, and half of the card is really light. You have all the information that you need. You can continue to keep your environment, your vibration. You can keep yourself in the dark waiting for that evidence to appear, but you have an opportunity to move up to a higher vibration now where there's going to be more options for you, right? Dreams. Stability. You already know. That's the thing with the dreams things, that you might have even been pulling in a lot of information through your dreams. You already have all the information. You don't need evidence. The evidence is just going to piss you off more. You don't need it. And 2, it's the idea of allowing yourself to dream up something that's better, right? You won't always find justice in the place where you were wronged, but you will be led to the place where things can be made right for you, right? So dare to dream a new dream. Dare to allow yourself to have a new experience, right? 777 on the clock when I said that. With the 4 discs, stability. Allow yourself to regain your stability. Hi, Palmer. How you doing? Clarity. Ace of Swords. Clarity. You will know that you have moved into the right place when your intuition is clear and it's clean and you're not having that kind of frustration in your spirit. Remember that God sends peace ahead of you. So oftentimes, if you're in a situation where it's very confusing and it's very cloudy and you're feeling like, oh, rustled up in your spirit, it's oftentimes because you're trying to be led to somewhere else. So if you move somewhere else and you find that things are moving a lot smoother, your engagements with other people are a lot easier, the work that you're doing is a lot more fertile, it's a sign that God sent peace ahead of you, right? To a lighter, brighter place. And that's a sign that you made the right decision. So allow that to happen for you. Reliability. God's not going to let you down, right? The Prince of Discs, the Page of Pentacles, it also talks a lot about manifestation and opportunity. You got to allow your 2 between the viewers and the likes. 2. These are master numbers, right? You gotta keep it moving. You gotta keep moving without the receipts. All right. It will be made right for you, but not where you are. Not sitting in the lower half of the ocean. You gotta move up to the surface. Oh my God, that song. Did I just sing a song? Maybe I did sing. I'm always singing something. Hey, Jeff. How you doing? We got Jeff. We got Palmer. I'm sweating, so that's exciting. It's so hot. The sun is really just blaring down. It's just blaring down on your girl. Maybe if I take this flannel off. Just let my... Oh, this is hot. Body heat. Catch me up. Is Taurus cheating? I don't think Taurus is cheating. No. Taurus just feels like there's something funny going on and they don't want to let go of a cycle until they have proof of it. But The proof's in the pudding. The intuition already told Taurus everything they needed to know. So they just need to keep it moving and wrap up that cycle because there's better coming, right? But again, there's a full moon tomorrow. So, and it's on Monday. A full moon on Moon Day. Mondays rule the moon. So it's a real, that's why people get the Monday blues, by the way. In case you're ever wondering, like, why is Monday blues? It's the start of the week. It's a long week. It's also because it's ruled by the moon. And the moon is a deeply introspective, reflective time, right? Better I need coffee and sun. We have all the good things. Hey, listen, it is blue skies. I'm grateful for blue skies. I also love a rainy, cloudy day. That's nice, too, for me. I got my coffee. It's my second coffee of the day. But I have some things I want to do for this week to pre-film a little bit. Because girls got a lot going on. I'm a busy little bee this week, you know? Without anything else that might, like, come my way. So, gotta be ready. Gotta be prepared, you know? Wish I had my fan. I have, like, one of those big fans. It's Dana! When the Pink Peony Oracle's here, everybody say, hey. Hey, girl. I was talking about the equinox in the beginning of the stream, and I was like, it's the autumn equinox. I was like, but not in the southern hemisphere. It's the spring equinox, and I thought of you. Go, Dana. Go, Dana. Go. I should get pom-poms. I should get, like, black and yellow pom-poms. That would annoy so many people, but it would make me so happy. All right, who we got? We got Gemini. 4 left. Gemini, we have you at 1 hour and 21 minutes. Gemini, 1 hour and 21 minutes. All right, let's see. It's like doing math. I'm like, I cannot math. The math's not mathin'. A Gemini wants to communicate? Shocking. What are you communicating about? Something small. Something small. It feels like sharing like a part of your story or like a part of your past or a part of your history. Something that like, I don't want to put this. Hold for production. Whether this applies to like your work or whether it applies to a relationship, it feels like there's a part of your truth, there's a part of your story, your life, Gemini, that perhaps for you feels really significant, or it feels very private, or you might even have like shame or embarrassment. Like it's something like that is the reason why perhaps you haven't included it in your story when you express it to people, an aspect of your truth that you don't include in your work. And it feels like it's something that would almost make you feel as though you would be disqualified. It's an aspect of your past that makes you feel as though you'd be disqualified, or people would see you differently, or people wouldn't like you. But I actually feel as though if and when you actually express it, you might come to find out that it's kind of like pittance to other people. Like it's not a big deal to other people. Other people don't judge you as much for it. They don't see it as like this disqualifying aspect of your story for you. You do, but they don't. So there's something about speaking something very small, this aspect of your truth, kind of like sets you free in a way. It could just be an opinion that you have about something, a spiritual or political view, something that happened to you in your past, a trauma. Like there's something that it feels like you keep private because you don't know how other people may react to it, but by sharing it, you'll actually find that you will be very much like accepted and embraced for it. And there's something about just speaking it kind of sets you free. It sort of reminds me of when I did my shadow work video, my shadow work in real time. Those are aspects of my childhood and abuse that I suffered, things like that felt really like shameful and embarrassing and like very vulnerable for me. But when I expressed it, it was actually very empowering because I realized that there was so much support around me, and it really set me free to like just speak it into existence. Speak it into existence. It's a starfish, and it came out in reverse, and you know, I always look at this like kind of as the star, which is very much of that healing energy as well. So there's something about you haven't been speaking it, but in actuality, it's almost like you've been wanting to heal something about yourself so that we wouldn't ever have to speak it to anyone. But by speaking it, it actually brings in the healing that you need. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. We did Libra through Gemini, and then we have Cancer, Leo, and Virgo next. So you made it just in time. Everyone's coming at the right time. And it's just coming in, but I do feel like Gemini, like, I know there's a lot of you in the stream right now, but it feels like someone's going to watch us on the replay later with the Gemini placement. And that is very much their message. It's someone that's not in the stream particularly. It could apply to you guys in the stream, but it feels like someone else is going to watch us on the replay later. It's going to hit you right in the, like right in the heart chakra, right in the solar. The Emperor in reverse, because it's been oppressing you. It's like almost like this secret shame or something that you hold or something that you did, right? It's something like that. That it's something about like you're not like that anymore, or it's like you're not little anymore. It's like whatever that was. It's almost just like a ghost. It's just a ghost, hoping that again you could heal it, and then you would never have to tell anyone about it. But by speaking about it, right? Because even this wolf in this card is howling. That by speaking about it, you actually create the healing that you need. You create the healing that you need. Cancer rising even. I know. The Magician in reverse. For some of you, this is like an aspect of like recalling pieces from moments when you had soul fragmentation. Like through trauma or sometimes mistakes that we made that are like have like really tower moments, right? Like really catastrophic effects on our life. Sometimes we kind of can't bear the weight of it, and so we can go through a bit of soul fragmentation. This is really calling it back. Wow. High Priestess. I'm not wrong. That's just that's a confirmation for me. It's a confirmation for me. I'm like, am I like totally off base? They're like, no, you're not. Yeah, Temperance in reverse with the Seven of Swords with Deception. Yeah, and again, it doesn't feel like people are going to judge you as much as you judge yourself. Or for some of you, you don't want to be seen as like a victim. Again, this full moon energies this week. You don't be seen as like a victim or anything like that. And that's fine. And you're not going to be. People are going to see you as like a thriver. People are going to see that you're changed, that you're evolved, right? Like, whatever it is, but it's something that it needs to be done. It needs to be done, and you know it. It's like you can't keep lying to yourself about it because there's an imbalance, and that's the way you're going to bring the balance back in. You can't go around it anymore. You can't hide from it, run from it. The only way out is through it. It's through it, Jemmy. Yeah. Instigation. It also feels like, because there's determination, it's coming out in reverse with instigation. It feels like you might get like the gumption to do it and then you back off. You get up the gumption to do it and then you back off. But with this instigation card, it feels like there's almost like a perfect opportunity coming in for you to express this, right? And it could be for some of you, you know, it's at work or in your business or in your spiritual journey or telling your story. For some of you, it has to do with like a partner, right? Like let's be super vulnerable. For instance, I don't know, like a year and a half ago, I was dating someone who was divorced, right? And he got divorced because his partner had cheated on him. And so I remember in the beginning of the relationship when we first started talking, I had to let him know. I was like, listen, I know this is the reason you got divorced, and that's a really sensitive topic. I want you to know that at one point I had cheated on a partner, right? I was like, it's not something that I'm proud of. Like, it's not something I'd done before. It's not something I'd ever do again. I was experienced trauma from my miscarriage, from all of these things, right? I was like, that's not an excuse, but that's just where I was at, and that's how that decision like came to pass. You might not like me anymore. I know that's a trauma for you, like, but I'm just expressing it to you because it's a part of my past that I feel bad about. And he was like, okay, thank you for being honest with me that happened. Like, it's it's totally, I get it. Like, it's fine. And I was like, okay, cool. And I was accepted and I was like embraced in that moment. You know what I mean? And it was really healing for me to speak my truth to someone about something that normally I wouldn't talk about because it's not exactly like a highlight moment in my life, right? But I was accepted and I was embraced and I wasn't judged for that. And, you know, were we together forever? No, but like we dated for a while and like it was great. Does that make sense? I was like, sometimes it's easier for me to explain things through like a personal anecdote. It's funny how the perfect opportunities show up in our lives at the time as arguments. Doesn't feel perfect at all. But yeah, it was something that like I needed to do. And this was like a year and a half ago. Like a similar situation had arisen for me. And it was something that needed to be spoken about. And I kept backing away. And so the divine like threw it like right on my plate. And I was like, okay, like I'm going to do it. And it worked out great. It worked out fine. Let's see. Who else we got? Cancer. We got Cancer. 6, 7, 8, 9. That's an hour and 31 minutes. Okay. Woo! Oh, it's so hot in this room. We almost did it though. I'm so excited. We're making a good time today. Hour and a half so far. Been on it. Last week we were on 2.5 hours. So an hour and a half. We're doing good. All the feelings of forgiveness today. Beautiful purification. Yeah. Again, we're human. People are fallible. We're gonna make mistakes, right? I've learned more about myself. I've had my biggest moments of growth through some of the hardest things that I've been through, but also some of the hardest situations that I put myself in through my own actions and suffering the consequences of them. But through that, I got to grow. I got to evolve. I got to change, right? And I'm really proud of the person that I am now. And I can see how those mistakes or even things that I did in the past that were bad or mean or not proper, right? How had I not done those things, I wouldn't have realized the kind of person that I do want to be, right? Until I had lived a period of time as someone that I don't want to be. And so for that, if anything else, I'm grateful, you know? The opportunity to be forgiven, to try again, to develop, right? Oh, it's so hot in here. It's so hot in here. It's like that, what's that Nelly song? It's getting hot in here. All right, Cancer. Cancer's energy feels good. You feel good. You feel, dare I say, pleased with yourself? I'm hearing like, I did it. I did it. I think you just overcame something, Cancer. Just accomplished something, overcame something. Some of you guys just hit like a milestone. You're going to hit a milestone this week. How exciting! How exciting, Cancer. You're going to hit a milestone. It's about time. Ooh, wow. 3 just flew out like a bat out of hell. Clever, magic, and enlightenment. It's almost like you outsmarted your shadow. It almost feels like you outsmarted your shadow, like, almost, Cancer, like you just went through a test that was kind of seeing if you were going to believe in yourself, if you were going to be able to push through, if you were going to be able to stay, like, optimistic, like, glass half full, like, keep on keeping on. And it feels like you did, like, you pulled out, like, some inner magic, like, you were able to, like, look at a situation with that box. It's, like, a very clever kind of energy. Charlie's coming in right on, Cancer. Girl, everyone's on time today, I'll tell you that. It feels like that. Like, you were like, wait a second. This is a test. No, I'm not going to fall fall in that booby trap, like, and you pulled out, like, the inner magic, and it allowed you to kind of raise your vibration. Ooh, earthworm. Yeah, you pulled out the lesson from it. This is all about, like, recycling, like making compost. Making compost. Being able to see through the dark, too, because earthworms don't really have, like, eyes, per se. How interesting. It's called unfuckwittable. Be like Phoenix Rising energy type. Yeah, very cool. Charlize, our resident house mom. Very elemental, elven energy. With resourcing, yeah. The moon. There's flowers on the moon? So the moon represents that, one, this is your card. The moon represents Cancer. The moon represents things that are hidden, things that are secret, occult knowledge, things that, you know, we can't see very clearly, but you're not even looking at it. Again, you turned away from, like, the fear and the anxiety of what was unknown and just kind of stood in the face of knowing that in what appeared to be a test or a trigger, what appeared to be a delay, there was actually something energetically that was blooming or growing, even if you couldn't see it. And that's how you were able to discern, right? The spirit of discernment. Because again, not for nothing, but the collective energy sucks right now. Like, you look at the news, look, you know, there's a lot going on that can really throw you into that lower vibration and really get you into fear, really get you into distortion, really get you into stress and anxiety. But you hopped off that hamster wheel, even if there was no, like, physical proof of it. And that was part of the test for you. Planning. It came out in reverse. It's like a really bold, faithful energy. It's like, I don't need a plan. Spirit is the plan. God's the plan. I just know everything's fine. Everything's fine. You're not going to freak me out. Again, what would you say, Shirley? It's unfuckwittable. You're like, you're not going to shake me in my boots. Not today. That's awesome. It's almost like everyone's talking about, oh, it's the full moon, it's retrograde, it's all of this stuff, and you're like, I don't care. Retrograde should be afraid of Cancer. Cancer's not afraid of the retrograde. It feels very much like that. And look, the fear card, the fear is coming out in reverse. I feel like you're gonna sleep a lot better this week. If you've been having some disruptive sleep, a lot of people are dealing with disruptive sleep right now. Which is making them extra tired and extra irritated. I just saw two ravens, which is making people a little bit on edge, a little extra irritable, because you're just tired, right? You ever get cranky because you're just tired? I feel like you're actually sleeping really soundly this week. Clarity. Ace of Swords. There's a division here. It's like really cutting out anything that isn't serving you, anything that's not aligned with what you want this week. You're just, whoop, you're just kind of putting it to the side. And there's an energy of, it's not brutal, it's not mean, it's, what's the right word? It's like a self-preservation kind of thing. So you have the King of Discs about power. It's neutral, thank you. It's just very neutral. It's like, that's not for me. That's not, and you know, it's, what is it? I heard, it was a very long, it was a very beautiful quote, but the gist that I heard it last night of it was that you don't need to have an opinion on everything. Unless it actually pertains to you, Cancer, I don't see you having an opinion on anything. That's really interesting. You're maintaining your energetic resources for manifestation, for moving forward, for the things that you want. That's really interesting. And I love that he has this world on his knee. So it's the idea of you're not letting the world get inside of you, being able to supersede, like, the problems of the world. That's really interesting. See, and that's what I'm talking about, because if you look at the bottom of the deck, it's the Five of Cups, it's disappointment, which I think is, like, the energy that's circling a lot of people. But when you look at the top of the deck, you have success. So it's really, this week, I feel like you're really mastering the energy of not allowing yourself to get sucked into tests, into triggers, or into any of the collective energy, and instead remain very, very neutral. Swoop, and just put anything that isn't aligned with what you are actually trying to focus on off to the side in like a very non-judgmental, neutral way, right? And just stay focused on your success, what you actually want, right? What we feed energy into feeds it back to us. Very interesting. Like the victim savior is releasing. Yeah, I agree with that. End of the savior mindset. Yeah, absolutely. And that's something I always have. I think anyone that does any kind of energy work, anyone that is in the spiritual arts, has to find the balance in that, because it can very quickly, especially Cancer, right? You're the male or female, you're the nurturer, you're the mother energy. You take care of everyone. It's such a deep and powerfully emotional and loving energy that Cancers have, that you can go very easily from serving others into becoming a servant. And there's a difference there between serving your family, serving your community, serving the collective, and becoming a self-sacrificial servant to it, which then throws you into energy depletion. It throws you into resentment. It's no bueno. You're mastering that this week. Then Corey, thank you, Chiron. Yeah, my Chiron's in Cancer. My South Node's in Cancer. My Chiron's in Cancer. My Midheaven's in Cancer. It's a lot. Hi, Diana. How you doing? Hey, Dana, Diana. Your energy is popping off the charts. No, dude, I feel it, Charlize. I feel it. I love it. I love Cancers too. How can you not love a Cancer? So let's see. Who else we got? We got Leo, we got Virgo, and then we're all done. Point blank, period. Oh, we got, math. An hour and 41 minutes. Okay. This moon, though, this Pisces moon's intense. It really is. Cancers love oh, that's so sweet. Eve, oh, love portals of the universe. Oh my God. That's so, my little heart, that's so sweet. Your readings have been really, really good lately, Eve too. I just have to say, just like watching your evolution and your progression has been like so special to watch. And like, I just really, like, you're really on fire lately. So you should feel really proud of yourself. You're like a fine wine. Like you keep getting better and better and better. You should be really proud of yourself. It's very special to watch. All right, Leo, my kitty cats. I mean, you could give us a timer and hours, minutes too. It's so, right? It's so annoying. I'm like 6, 70, 80, 90 minutes. I'm like, oh God. Freaking YouTube. The last time I talked to Robbie Ross talking about how YouTube should give you the ability to dual stream on the platform. You always have to do it on Zoom and then link it to YouTube. Come on, YouTube. They gave us little mini shorts, like, but can you give us like a dual stream option and like a proper counter where I don't have to calculate the time? People out here dancing on TikTok. Yeah. I do love me a little bit of TikTok. TikTok's a little problematic though, but I do like it. How are you all channeling this energy? You usually do not do well when the moon is in Pisces. Learning a lot this time. Well, it depends. I mean, part of channeling like really intense energy is a lot of it's just kind of like practice and stamina. I mean, I do this like every day, so I have a high capacity for a highly intense energy. I'm supposed to do Sunday service and like I'm supposed to do collective coffee on Sunday. So any focus that I need, any extra energy, like whatever I need to kind of stay on target, God gives me. They channel it through me so that way I can stay on target. Like even like if I'm like chit chatting in between the signs, they're like, okay, move it back. I'm like, okay, time schedule. Like there's little things like that. The Otter, Leo. A little bit of a collaboration here. You're gonna work with someone on something, but there's the idea of play, like playtime. Some of you might be taking like a little bit of a trip. A little bit of a trip. Something fun. Feels like you've been working really hard. Almost feels like maybe you wore yourself down a little bit. You just need a little recharge time, like with friends, with families, your lovers, like something like that. Also about like a memory. Some about you're starting a new phase of creating new memories, because I'm noticing see how that's like the black circle around this otter? It almost kind of looks like a camera lens. Like a camera zooming in. A camera zooming in. Firefly. I was going to say, like, simpler times. Like, the firefly talks a lot about, like, sometimes it's temporary situation, but it talks a lot about the inner child. It talks a lot about magic. Like, when you catch, like, fireflies in a little jar when you're little outside in, like, the yard, it's wanting to create, like, really new, youthful, fun, pure, memories. Again. Maybe you've just been, like, again, really busy, working a lot, doing your spiritual process, like, not having a lot of time to, like, recharge, right? Almost like Groundhog's Day. The days kind of blend into each other, like, you need to create new memories. Like, for some of you, like, I almost see you going into, like, how they have those, like, botanical gardens, or, like, you'll go pumpkin picking, or, like, apple picking, or you'll go to, like, a vineyard, or, it's, like, there's something like that, like, a little day trip, something with your friends, like, there's something like that. Small mini visits. Lots of grounding, rest, sacred cave, womb, nothingness work, yeah. There's an idea, and I feel like it's collectively, especially for this week, about adding fun back in. But you have to think, you know, Pisces full moon. Pisces is Neptune. It's dreams. It's daydreaming. It's like, it's being excited. It's like the whimsical. It's like that. And so much of that is that inner child energy. Leo in the Truman Show. Tarantula, and the swan coming out of the nest. And the swan, again, as I keep saying, keeps coming up a lot with this Libra energy coming in from Libra season. It talks about self-reflection, and it's the idea of I want you to, like, cut yourself a break. Like, you were working, like, real hard. Maybe not allowing yourself to have enough human moments, and maybe you've been trying to ascend, maybe you've been working towards a goal, maybe you've been working towards something, and it's good to work really hard, but at the same time, you need to cut yourself a little bit of slack, and remember that, like, you know, God controls timing, God controls blessings, like, he'll bring it in for you, and it's easier for blessings, abundance, opportunities, friends, it's easier for all that stuff to come to you when you are in, like, a moment of resting, right? Because otherwise you'd be so busy focused on something else that you probably wouldn't even notice it was in front of you, right? So needing to take, like, a second to kind of reflect, realize how far you've come, cut yourself a little slack, let yourself have a little fun, right? And climb out of the nest, climb out of the cave. There's that song Fool's Gold by this guy named Aries, and he has that one line in it that goes, "It's hard to catch sunshine waiting by my desk." Right? Not my desk today, apparently, but, like, in general, right? It's hard to catch sunshine waiting by your desk. So go out. Go treat yourself. Have a little fun, right? Go hang out with your friends. Get on a Zoom call. Like, just shoot the shit. Hi, Joanne. Wow, that's fast. Vision. 3 of Wands. Vision. And it came out in reverse. It's like, put the vision down this week, Leo. It's like, get off the hamster wheel, put the vision down, just relax, go have fun, right? It's like, I'm sure you have responsibilities. Like, I'm sure you're going to take care of your responsibilities. But, like, other than, like, what you have to do, think more about what you want to do this week. And then I just heard Xanadu. Okay. Lovers in reverse, which is coming through much more of that Gemini choice energy. Make the choice to not focus on the vision. Allow the vision to focus on you. Interesting. Don't focus on the vision. Don't focus on the goal and the ambition. Allow it to focus on you while you focus on your present moment, right? Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups in reverse. Yeah, you need some friends, some family, some lover. Like, you need time in this emotional area. It's a water moon. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta, again, I'll repeat it. Don't focus on the vision this week. Focus allow the vision to focus on you. You should be focusing this week, if you feel like it, is having some fun, letting some steam out of the kettle. Focus the energy back on your emotional life, your personal life. Connecting with friends, hanging out with your family, opening your heart to love if you're single, right? Maybe, you know, dabble around. See, you know, what's got Corey, you're so funny. It's that kind of energy. Spend more time with for those of you that have partners, maybe you've been so busy you haven't gotten to spend a little bit of quality time with them, right? And maybe they really admire your work ethic, so maybe they haven't been complaining, but maybe they really miss you and they like to spend a little quality time with you, right? It's like refocus that energy. Because again, sometimes when we channel too much energy in a certain area, we can actually stop up the flow because we're just hyper fixating on it. So just move that energy over into something a little fun, a little light, a little frisky. Go over there. Go over there. Yeah, Temperance in reverse at the top of the deck. Because there's an imbalance in the way your energy is being distributed. Yeah, and it's making you maybe feel a little bit more stagnant than you need to, which is forcing you to work harder than you need to. Do less this week, Leo. Do less, enjoy more. Very good. Very good. Primal Leo rises. Your Mercury's in Leo. AKA Leo get laid. You know what? You're a professional energy worker, so that's Corey's prescription. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you what to do. Your body, your choice, Leo. Get your freak on. Go. He goes, no! No! Do not listen to Corey. Corey does not endorse his own message that Leos need to get laid. I'm sure someone needs to. I mean, if it don't apply, let it fly. You know, maybe it's a channeled message. Charles goes, yeah. Of course, everyone starts getting all like frisky. You're kitty kitty. Right for the Leo reading. Virgo. Yeah, we got Virgo. You guys are silly. You guys are silly gooses. That's what you are. Just a bunch of silly gooses. Waiting for the right one. I hear you, Joanne. I hear you. Keep fighting a good fight, girl. Math. 5, 60. 40, 51, 50 an hour, and 52 minutes for Virgo. The math just ain't mathin'. Oh my god, Charlize. Everybody watch out for Charlize. Don't lose an eye. Charlize not fucking around. Lilith be playing with Leo. Interesting. Lilith. Oh, Lilith. My Lilith's in Sagittarius. My Lilith's in a fire sign, so. My Lilith is in my moon sign. You take that for how you want. Steal a soul. As long as you give it back, Charlize. I mean, I'm sure they'll let you have it. Just, you're so sweet, little Cancer. Just make sure you return it after you're done with it. Alright, Virgo. Last. Charlize is out of control. Charlize is fucking out of control today. Someone come pick her up. She is out of control. Alright, Virgo. Last, but most certainly not least. It's the end of your birthday season. I hope my Virgos had a wonderful birthday. I love y'all so much. Angel gang gang. I wonder when Queen Cup's gonna... Speaking of Angel Gang Gang, I wonder when Queen Cup's gonna put out a new video. I love that woman. I love that woman so much. She's so great. Water Avenue. Wait, is Charlize... Stop dropping... What's it? Dropping your location. What's that song by Kelly? Send me your location. Let's focus on communication. Y'all are wilding out. That's why we had to end on an earth sign. To ground you motherfuckers back down to the ground. Virgo, you got the black egg. You doing some shadow work? We doing some shadow work? Virgo? see everyone got all feisty and now they're like, so let's talk about your shadow. What's hiding in your shadow? Alright, Virgo. There's also something about this egg that feels overcooked. Overcooked? Overdue? Is that it? Overdue shadow work? Overdue shadow work. With all this purple around, something that... If you've been waiting for like a psychic or an intuitive upgrade or activation, it's directly linked to some form of shadow work. There's a part of me that wants to say you've been avoiding. I don't know if you've been actively avoiding it. I just think that you've been working on other stuff. You've been working on other stuff, and this is coming back around now. Feels old though. But once you do it, it feels like you're gonna get that kind of psychic upgrade you've been wanting. It's the hawk. Why does it feel... It feels like it has to do with, like, fairness, justice, fairness. Also, like, it feels like ways in which you avoid conflict, Virgo. What's coming up is times in the past, perhaps, maybe in your present, that things were in balance, like something what happened to you that was unjustified, situations that aren't fair to you, and instead of confronting them, instead of speaking about them, you run away. You avoid the conflict. You avoid the conflict. But then, because you avoid that conflict, you don't have that moment where you can reconcile differences, speak your piece, and so you potentially walk around with maybe a feeling of resentment or unforgiveness. But what it more so feels like, it feels like you use that resentment or that lack of rectification, you use it as a form of motivation, right? Like, oh, well, I'll show them. Like, they'll see me when I'm at the top. Like, it's a little bit like that, which can be used as a form of motivation, but it's not the purest form of motivation. And that can pivot. Again, what lens you're viewing your intuition through, it can pivot the way you show up in the world, the way you show up in a relationship. It can pivot the way that you do your work, right? It can impact it. And so again, there's something about how this is an aspect of your shadow work, ways in which when something unfair or unjustified happens to you, instead of expressing it and reconciling it, you avoid that conflict, and that becomes a motivating factor for you, which may skew the way that you do your work, show up in the world, the way you view your intuitive downloads. And it seems to be a theme. Yeah, it seems to be a theme, because then the hummingbird in reverse comes out with the panther. And again, it's like this lack of fertility, the lack of things like growing around you, with that panther really, again, representing the shadow. Again, people aren't fair to me, people judge me, something wrong happened, that's fine, I'll show them, you know what I mean? Like, they'll see me like when I'm at the top, but then you don't see that level of fertility that you want, and then that brings out the shadow that it's like, where's my blessing, where's my breakthrough? Like, it's that kind of thing. And it's because the energy that you're using to motivate you is coming out of a lower vibration, and so what you're manifesting is also out of a lower vibration, not the highest vibration, in which the manifestations that you're seeking reside in. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. It is so hot in here. It is so hot in here. The Ace of Cups in reverse is sticking out in reverse. Yeah. Ways in which you haven't felt loved, embraced, accepted. This instigation card keeps coming out. And that, again, that's a motivating factor for you. Like, but you have to find new ways to find motivation, whether it's self-love, personal expression, like things that like light you up inside and really excite you, like that. Those are better forms of motivation than trying to prove to someone else that they were wrong about you, or that they should have treated you better, or like anything like that. And I get that, because I've said time and time again, like, I'm a very ambitious person. I'm a really sensitive person too. I mean, I'm a really sensitive person. I also can be a bit of a competitive person, right? And I like to use that competitive nature that I have to really keep me on top of my game, right? Keep my skills really sharp, keep me invested, keep me innovative. But when that falls into a distortion, right, it can impact like the quality of my work. And so so again, this message doesn't come from a place of judgment. It comes from a deep place of personal understanding. You do have the Eight of Cups in reverse, though, retreat in reverse, that it might not be a sign to like go back to situations that are already dead and gone and try and talk about them now. It's almost like kind of let sleeping dogs lie. It's more important that you just recognize this aspect of the unconscious shadow that has become a part of your behavioral patterns, and it's become a part of the way that you manifest opportunities and experiences into your life. Again, not so that way you go back and dig up old bones of situations that are already past. It's the idea of confronting it now so you can pivot and change where your motivation comes from, which will positively impact not only the work you do, how you show up, but it'll also positively impact the experiences that come forward to you, right, that are in vibrational resonance. But if there is a situation in the future where it does feel like you're getting the short end of the stick or something unfair, like a situation in which one would need to self-advocate, you will feel the confidence in which to properly and appropriately self-advocate for you, so you won't repeat this cycle. Doesn't feel like there's an opportunity coming in for you to repeat it. It feels like it's being brought to your attention now to allow this full moon to help you purge it, so that way you don't have to repeat this behavioral pattern going forward. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, because at the Nine of the Cups, at the top of the deck, there's the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde is really getting to me. At the top of the deck is the Nine of Cups, which talks about personal wish fulfillment, which is overcoming these unconscious obstacles that perhaps you didn't realize you had, so that way you could have a higher quality of life and experience coming forward to you. So that's really highlighted for you this week, Virgo. I'm trying to like hide in the shade on this side of the chair now. But we did it. We're all done, guys. Pretty good. 2 hours. So we cut a half hour off of last week. So that's pretty good. My goal is to get it, to do the streams in like an hour and a half. But, because I know you guys got stuff to do. But I feel really good about this week. I feel really good about the messages. I feel good I was able to timestamp them, even if I had to do math. And that's unpleasant for me. I'm trying to hide in the shade. Let's see, what are you guys saying? This child fed wild animals, hand in mouth. My family just told me not to. No snakes. I'm not big on reptiles. You're welcome. Don't mind real snakes. Mine is snake-like creatures. Spirit, not playing. Tell all our secrets. I know. Woo. Oh, good. I'm glad it's a quick 2 hours. You're so welcome. Guys. Keeping us safe until we shine. That's right, Joanne. It was amazing. I was here the whole time. Oh, perfect. Oh, wonderful. Thanks, Eve. You guys are so sweet. And again, thank you guys so much. I've been so busy this past week with just like personal readings and the energy workings as well. I've been noticing a lot of you guys have been booking like basically like a double session, like a personal reading with an energy working combined, which I actually think is really amazing, because it shows me that you guys are really trying to attune your energies to the guidance in which you're receiving, which is really combining that feminine and that masculine energy, faith and works, right? So I think that's really amazing, and so I just wanted to thank you guys so much. As someone who loves what I do and someone who is a small business owner, it's really like, it's a blessing, and I'm just so excited, and I'm so happy to work with you guys. And I think we're doing really good work on an individual level. And I'm really excited about this week. We have some really good content coming out this week for Libra season and the equinox, and we have the full moon meditation coming out tomorrow. Again, Patreons, you guys get a meditation Monday, every single Monday. So that will be up. Sunday service went up right just moments before this live stream. We covered Matthew 19:16. The best piece of advice that they don't give you in the spiritual community. So I'm really excited about Sunday service. So if you guys are, it's not everyone's jam, but if you're interested in Sunday service, feel free to go check that out after the stream or later on today, or go back to it this week if you want. I'm going to try and put up another midweek motivation for you guys on Wednesday like I did last week. So I'm really excited. It's all really good stuff. You have a fire-breathing dragon in her name. Huntress. Ooh, cool. Oh, Charlize, you're so sweet. Thank you, guys. You guys are so supportive. You guys are so nice to me. Before we're done for the day. What side are we on? Hey, Lynn. Girl, I don't blame you for the farmer's market. That's so fun. Farmer's market? We are done now. But, you can always replay it. You can always replay it. I made timestamps this time, so you'll be able to check the timestamps. I'll comment them underneath this as soon as I log off. And you'll be able to go and find whichever signs you'd like to watch. Thank you, Jeff. I'm so happy you enjoyed it. I like to do this on Sundays. It's nice. We get a little time with Jesus in. We get to hang out for a couple hours, see what everyone's going through for the week. It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. So thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for spending this time with me. Thank you guys who are going to watch this later on the replay. Thank you for all of your support, just everything, in front of the scenes, behind the scenes. I love you guys so much, for always and always. And I will see you tomorrow for the full moon meditation. Very good? Very good. I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.